Cotman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Hey everybody, Kenny Cotman.
Lewis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
Hello, my friends. How you guys doing today?
Good.
We're doing great.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
You guys had a good week.
We did.
Everybody chilling for the most
Yep.
part. Yeah. Tired. It's been crazy. Week went by pretty quick though.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It was all good. Too much work. I'm too pretty to work this hard.
Whatever. My God.
That's great. I love it. I'm glad you guys are good. So I'm gonna jump right into our guest today.
Yes.
So Senor Lewis, introduce.
We have Suzy Rhulen Loughlin with us today.
Hey Suzy.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Suzy has been running the race over at the Rock Hill Run and Ramble, is why we have her on, so we can talk about that and what it's for and what it does. She's been doing that since 1993.
Wow.
Suzy, that's a long time.
Yes.
31 years.
Tell me
right?
about it, Lewis.
So-
It's been 31. This will be 32 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Congratulations.
Wow.
That's awesome.
More than half my life, actually.
That's awesome. And I'm sure you're going to be doing it forever, right? I guess until
I don't know about that. I was hoping to have a successor, but I haven't found them yet. So I'm taking anyone who wants to sign up in case Tom,
Okay.
Kenny, you could do that.
All right.
We'll try to help you out with that.
So tell us exactly what the run is for and what the foundation is for.
Sure. So, I guess a little history. We started the run, as Lou said, in 93. And at the time, it was really just a fundraiser for the American Heart Association. We were trying to find a way to encourage wellness in our county. And so the Heart Association asked if we would start a run to benefit them, which we did for about 7 years. And then what changed in 98 was my dad, Walter, he was a big runner and a great guy. And he was diagnosed with leukemia about 5 months before he died. It was pretty quick. He was 65. And, after that, we decided that we wanted to switch the beneficiary of our charity to give money to leukemia and lymphoma. Not that the Heart Association wasn't very important, it is, but this became very personal, that we wanted to work toward finding a cure for blood cancer. And that was kind of the beginning of that change.
Okay. Well, then.
So that's what we've been doing for years. And then, unfortunately, more tragedy struck. In 2013, I lost my son, Trevor, to an accident. And he was a very big, volunteer for the run. And he was... knew some of the patients we had helped. He died at 21, and we lost other patients that we were supporting at different times over the years, and we just felt it was important to find a way to keep the money more local. So while we still give money to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, the Trevor Loughlin Foundation was formed to handle money for local patients in our region who are battling not just blood cancer, but really any catastrophic kind of illness.
That's good.
That's really
That's
great.
awesome. Okay.
That's really
All
nice.
right. Sorry to hear about the rest, but yeah, that's pretty
thanks.
groovy. Yeah. Okay. That works. So now, do the hospitals get with you also to promote and run with you and everything for the foundation?
They do. I mean, Garnet Health, which is now Garnet Health. I was used to it being, we had Catskill Regional and Orange Regional, and then they became part of the Garnet system. But they have been a supporter for years, both financially and used to do a health fair. They would always come. But they also send us patients, because what we do at the Trevor Loughlin Foundation is we issue grants. If a family has a patient that is dealing with their treatment and everything, there's a lot of out-of-pocket costs that nobody has insurance for.
Right.
Even if you have health insurance, you got co-pays, sometimes you need childcare, sometimes you need a trip down to Westchester or New York City or somewhere, and just the gas money, parking, the hotels, all those things for family members is tough. So they can apply for a grant from us. We do $1,500 grants, and they can apply even more than once. And we just try to help take some of the pressure off. Maybe it's a mortgage payment one month, maybe it's new tires the next month, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you think of like, people having to pay like for when they have cancer or anything like that, where you think of the medical bills, but you don't think of all those other expenses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, think of a mother who gets sick, who's got young children,
Right.
who's going to watch them after school when she has no energy,
Right.
like getting babysitting help. I had one patient, I'll never forget her as long as I live. She actually was at the run a few years ago and she died 3 weeks after being there. And she needed the money so she could get a couch with a pull-out bed so that someone could stay with her to care for her, because she had nowhere for them to sleep and she couldn't afford a couch, so it could be for really anything. And the needs people have. I have another woman who's got lymphoma and she has dogs, and they're her life, those little dogs. As some of you know in that room, I don't know about Kenny and Tom, but I know Lou, that's a big thing for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are my
And
babies.
these dogs, she couldn't even afford to keep feeding them, so we gave her money to help pay for her dogs and go to the vet and the boarding and all that. So whatever needs people have, we're here to try to take some of your pressure away.
And I like the whole community thing too.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really great, because you're keeping it local and you're doing that. And and I'm sure local businesses around you, right, help with the advertising and donating, I'm assuming as well. Like,
they do. We're so lucky. We have so many great sponsors, that have been with us literally for decades. And each year we try to get new ones, and actually, we get them. There was, we have a new business out from your direction who came in as a really big sponsor this year, like a $5,000 sponsor. Nice. Most of our sponsors give anywhere between $100, $250, $500, $1,000. And we have a few that do give 5,000. That's a lot, but so we really try to, do our best to promote our sponsors. They get, if you do 500 or more, you're on the back of our t-shirt. All of them are listed on our website. We still run some print ads for the local papers. The Sullivan County Democrat will have an ad. And so we try to give them as much, coverage as we can, but really community-minded businesses that support us and have for a really long time. So we're very grateful to them.
Well, I'll definitely put your name out there, because I didn't know about this until Lou told me a couple of years ago that he was going to go do the run, and Tanya was making baked goods and stuff for it and whatnot.
Well, that's another part of it.
Yeah. So it's like,
really
okay,
good.
Cool. So now I know, and definitely I'll put it out there because.
Thank you. Well, you should come too. You should come to it.
Oh no, I'm
June
coming.
15th.
Yeah, no.
June 15th, Saturday before Father's Day.
You don't have to run. I walk it.
No, I'm walking.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not running. I can't.
Half of our participants are walkers.
Right.
There's
I'll be a
no
walker
pressure.
too.
Yeah. No.
Suzy, and this year it's a new track, right? So you've actually going to a different spot to do the race.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I probably should have my head examined after 31 years of things being on autopilot and running really smoothly. It's like, why on earth would anybody think of moving? But, it was, change is good sometimes. And we, because we've been around so long, believe it or not, people get older, including our volunteers. And you're always looking to try to find ways to generate new people who are interested in supporting you, because it takes a good 100 people on race day between all the traffic spots and the people who help with whether it's cutting bagels in the morning or coffee or selling merchandise, helping people with the bone marrow drive, because we do try to recruit people to register to be bone marrow donors. I mean, there's a lot to do on race day, and it takes a lot of people who are willing to give up a Saturday and come there and help us. And so over time, a lot of people either move away or they're just, have different interests, which is understandable. So we're always looking for new ideas and new people. And we felt there was an opportunity with all that's happening at Holiday Mountain. I don't know if any of you guys have been down there, but really something to take note of. The Taylor family purchased Holiday Mountain, and
That's right.
It is being renovated, and it's going to be really a phenomenal ski area. They're bringing it back to life.
That's
and
awesome.
but I also want to say, though, a shout out to the Pasante family who ran it all these years until they sold it to the Taylors. They too kept it going. And, we were just so lucky to have this as a resource in our county.
Wow.
So by moving the run there, we can call attention. I can get my 800, 900 people who come to check out something that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise.
Uh-huh.
And so it's a good way to support them. And they also have a foundation with a 501c3 that raises money to help get kids on skis, like kids who can't afford it, so that any kid could learn. And so we made them one of our beneficiaries this year. And in turn, they're helping us. They're giving us a lot of volunteer support and letting us use their facilities. And so it should be great for everybody.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. Listen, I'm telling you, because so now, well, I did a walk. So I never walk. I don't.
Well, you do it a lot at work. So
well, no.
Yeah.
Not, well, I mean, as far as like going out to do like, the for fundraisers and stuff like that, I never did it. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And I went to one about a week or two ago. And I'm going to tell you what, it was more fun than I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
That's great.
And like I said, again, Louis and Tanya going over and doing your stuff, it's not
far. It's a nice ride.
You said, people to take,
So I'll
to do it for the
register.
Saturday.
I'll get them registered, Suzy. Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, no, I'm going
you
for
should
sure.
Get them registered.
Yeah. But saying
do that because we get a lot of people from where you guys live. It's not just Sullivan County. It's like Sullivan, Orange, Ulster, Pike. Are you? What county are you guys?
Orange.
Pike.
Well, no, Orange. Yeah,
I'm
Orange.
Pike, but they're orange.
You're
Oh,
Pike
yeah,
and they're
Pike.
Orange.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of the way. Also, the people who apply for our grants, pretty much any zip code where we have runners, walkers, we get patients from those. So we're not just Sullivan County. We're really a regional kind of event,
Right.
and people come from pretty far away. It's really nice. But yes, there's nothing like, when you spend a day helping a cause, you come home from that and you feel like you did something, you made a difference. And in a small way, like I think about our grants, it's $1,500, which in the scheme of things isn't a lot of money when a patient has cancer. But when you can't make a mortgage payment and it can help you for that 1 month, it's 1 month of peace of mind that you don't have to worry.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not giving up a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's giving a Saturday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
well, that's a great way to say it.
Yeah, you're
That's
giving
a
a
great
Saturday
way to
to
say it.
help somebody else out.
Right.
We always talk about it, and everybody in their own little way preaches about, oh my God, help out, you should be, and then nobody gets up because they're watching Saturday morning cartoons. You know what I mean? So they turn around and for something that
Really,
I said, think about it, bro. That's what my excuse was. I'm not even gonna make believe. You know what I mean? But until I went and I did one, I was like, wow, like it's worthwhile because you can see the people that are, benefiting from it, that you're putting a smile on their face, you're helping them out. And maybe in my old age that I'm just looking like, oh, now I'm feeling love towards people because I didn't like anybody before. But, now it's like, now I'm like, you know what? This is really worthwhile. Now. Yeah, right now I like them. I can deal with them.
People now.
Yeah, but, but this is something really worthwhile.
Yeah.
And
it's for a good
it is.
reason.
It's for an awesome cause, because this is something that people, that you never pay attention,
Right.
And
you don't realize until it hits somebody
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I again, that this is awesome. Yeah, I'm spreading the word for sure. I'm bringing everybody.
You should read and Lou knows these folks because they're the ones who you were mentioning about Tanya baking. And so we have a bakery called the Brittany Beckman Bakery at the Run. It's not a real bakery as in all year round. It's just pops up for the Run. And Brittany Beckman was a beautiful 25-year-old girl who died of leukemia. She never got her bone marrow match. And before she died, she was a big supporter of the Run. She would come and speak at our Run. So her family, her Aunt Kathy, and her mom, Kelly, and all of the Stanton family, Stanton McGrath family, they do this bakery. And Tanya, who's this master baker, as you guys probably know, helps bake goods for the bakery, and then we sell them at the Run and raise a lot of money just from the bakery. But when you come to the Run, it's really like yes, you can go walk and, it's 3 miles. It's not that bad. And you'll feel like you did something. But then when you get back, we have the bakery and we have bagels and beer. We get beer donated. So, and we have John Zanger
entertainment as well.
Right, exactly. John Zanger, he's a great musician. He donates his time every single year, comes and plays guitar and sings. And actually, this year, it's going to be a little bit different because Holiday Mountain actually has a bar and restaurant. They're going to open that up after the run, after we're done with our part of it. And John Zanger is going to stay and keep playing music. And the bar is going to open up for, whatever people want to drink and whatever food they might want to order for lunch or whatever, and have cornhole set up and, just good music, just hanging out. It should be a really nice afternoon for anyone who wants to stay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm coming. Tom's
I know,
coming.
I think it'll be great.
Yeah, we're going to go pick Tom up and bring him too.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Lou, don't forget the raffles too.
Right,
We have
exactly.
amazing raffle
Absolutely.
prizes. We raise
I was
a lot
gonna
of
ask
money
you
from the
about that.
raffles. Yep.
Okay.
We have great prizes this year.
Now, Suzy, I was just talking to somebody about that today, and I was mentioning how that even though these people win, not the raffle, but the race, so there's prizes for the race as well, right? Isn't that correct?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
and then majority of the time, they always give it back.
Mhm.
They
Right.
do.
You never. I don't
we
think I've
give the
ever
top-
seen
yes,
anybody
you're
take
right.
it and walk away with it ever.
Every now and then, but I want to be careful about that because I don't want anyone to feel bad.
No,
if
of
they
course
don't,
not.
because sometimes they need it too,
Right,
and it's not a ton. It's like 300 for first place, 200 second, and 100 for third.
Right.
And that's only the top 3 men, top 3 women, and then the masters, which is 45 and older. The first place male, first place female masters, they each get 150. So we give away
That's
about
good.
$1,200 in prize money, and sometimes it gets donated back, which is great. But again, I don't want people. It's not the expectation. I
Right.
don't want people to feel like they have to do that
Right.
because they
Yeah,
don't.
no, of course not. And I apologize. I didn't want it to come off.
Oh
that
no,
way.
you're not. No, but you made a great observation, a great point. People are so charitable, and believe me, the ones that keep it, for all I know, they're buying raffle tickets. They do really great with the raffles. So
Yeah, that's right.
It's all good.
It's nice. I like it because everybody's walking around and people are talking. It's right before the race and everybody's getting ready to go. And then when everybody gets back, it's kind of all right. We're doing it again. We're just hanging out now. We're just chilling. We did it. Have something to eat, whatever it is. I like the bagels
Exactly.
and everything. I like looking forward to that with the race.
Yeah.
At the end, I'm gonna go get a bagel and some coffee and just chill
Exactly.
back and relax. And then
And hopefully the weather, we've been lucky, over the years, most of the time we've had pretty good weather. A couple years ago, we had crazy wind. I mean, that was like, I don't know if you remember that one, Lou.
yes,
when
I do.
the tent was almost flying away. But mostly we're lucky. And this year, the nice thing about Holiday Mountain, they have this huge lodge. So if we were to have rain, it's big enough for everybody inside. It's
That's
gigantic.
great. Oh, yeah, that makes it even better. Of course, the helps.
And the
for
start
sure.
and finish will be right in the same place this year, which is not how the course has been. The course starts in one place and it's a good, probably third of a mile apart. So
Right.
now it'll start and finish right at the same place. So that'll be a nice thing too this year.
Yeah, it definitely changed up. A question: is it hard to do that to get a location to find to have the race at? Is that a difficult thing, or is it just? Does it depend
definitely.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, it's definitely difficult because again, it depends on the kind of business. Are you going to be disrupting them on a Saturday morning? We were always very lucky being able to do it at Frontier all those years, and then when it became the Center for Discovery, they've been great too to us. But like logistics, like just an example today, because we moved the course, we need to basically reroute some traffic for a couple hours so they don't go over this bridge that goes over the Neversink River. It's a county road, but the exits are state, and then the town roads are also part of it. So just today, I had a meeting at the New York State DOT. I had a meeting at the County of Sullivan DOT. I had to go to the Town of Thompson Department of Highway Department, and then I had to go to Holiday Mountain's biggest neighbor across the river, a company called Callanan, which is like a big quarry where trucks go in every minute. There are these gigantic trucks hauling stone. And I basically had to go in and talk to them about the fact that I need to shut that bridge down for 2 hours and we need to reroute all your trucks on a Saturday. So the logistics are incredible, to get it done. And then, of course, you got the state police, the sheriff, the town of Fallsburg, and then, again, the DPW and everyone that without them, we wouldn't even be able to do any event. We need them to help us with traffic and keeping all our runners safe. And they do such a great job with that.
Right. You don't even really think about it, right? When going to this 5K, but you don't know what's really going on behind the scenes,
right.
And
Exactly.
know what it really takes to get this thing going.
And
It's crazy.
And that's why it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Suzy.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. What you were going to say.
No, I was going to say that's why it's so awesome. You doing what you're doing,
Yeah. I mean, it's like, again, because I was on autopilot for a while, it kind of happened on its own. But like today, I was reminded about like probably what I did 31 years ago when I had to first get the course going and get permission from all the different, jurisdictions. But so today was like kind of a reminder. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was this much work.
Yeah.
But no, everybody I can't say enough good things about all the people who work for those different departments and how supportive they're being about it. It's really quite something. So, and then of course you got the homeowners, like on one part of our course, I got 9 houses, another part, I got 5 houses. And that just shows you how rural it is, by the way, that for a mile and a half, we're really only talking about 15 or so houses that we need to get their support. So they're willing not to pull in and out of their driveways for that hour and a half, right? Because we can't have the course runners going by them and having cars pulling out. So there's like logistics around that too. So it requires just a lot of cooperation from a whole community. And but so far so good. I think it's going to be a really nice event.
Well, it probably helped also know because they probably already knew about the race anyway, right? I mean, they knew who you were and where you were originally doing it from. So
I don't know. I hope so, Lou. It's like literally as the crow flies, I don't think we're a mile away from where our last course was, but it's technically like we were in Rock Hill. Holiday Mountain is technically a Monticello address.
Oh,
even
that's
though
right.
It's really like Bridgeville. But if people aren't really in the running community or paying attention, they may not have known about it. So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to find that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll all be okay with it.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I think
we
they
definitely
will be.
need them to be.
It might, it might put them on the map for all they know.
Yeah.
You never know. Well, they might like their peace and quiet too, and
That's
not
true.
want to be bothered on a Saturday morning. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Well, at least it's not you cutting the grass or anything like that, or starting up your
Sure.
hot rod across the street at like 9 a.m. in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true. And hey, listen, this road is so beautiful. This Edwards Road, it's called, which goes right along the Neversink River. So
that's awesome.
you literally have the river on your side the whole time you're going. And it's just beautiful there. And I don't know if you've ever been down that road, anybody,
I have,
but it's really going to be nice.
I used to take, Rob, he used to go there all the time to the Holiday Mountain. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that road well because I lived in Monticello for a little while. My kids live there. So
yeah, Edwards Road is really beautiful. I'd never really spent much time on that road. And it's flat. So the course starts at Holiday, at the lodge, and the first half mile, you're still on that Holiday Mountain Road, but then you go across the bridge to Edwards Road and it's another mile and you turn around and then come back. But that road along the Neversink there is, people kayak in there. And in fact, Holiday Mountain's going to be doing tubing, not whitewater, just like the big tubes you can rent, down
like
the
the lazy
Delaware, how a
river
lot of
tubes
people
kind of.
Yeah. But
those are fun.
Yeah, so they're setting that up as part of activities for the summer that Holiday Mountain will be operating too. They also have tubing in the winter. That's a big attraction there this year. It was. And so they're going to carry it over. So maybe we'll have a bunch of people tubing while we're all out there running.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That could be fun to see.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll volunteer to do the tubing too. You could just
Okay,
put me
good.
on there. I'll get all the people to come into the tube and whatnot.
Right.
Come on the water. The water's fine.
There you go. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
the water's going to be freezing.
Oh yeah,
It's
June.
all right.
That's
I won't
early
tell them
summer.
that. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going in that
Yeah,
water.
wait till I won't tell you. No, come in. The water's just fine. When I'm blue. Yeah, teeth are chattering. That is awesome. This is that. I'm already excited to go. Like I'm gonna do it
Yeah,
this year.
it's going to be
It's gonna be
fun.
groovy.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's not only Suzy's talking about all that, what that takes to get that going, right? But what about you also have the volunteers helping you set up and get everything ready too as well,
yeah.
right? So you have all that going on too.
Absolutely.
You got to get it going in
It
the morning.
takes a lot of people. It's just, we set up Friday the day before, and tables and chairs and tent. And this year we won't have to do the tent because we got the lodge, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely there's a lot of logistics to pull off something that only lasts for just a couple of hours. It's pretty amazing.
Well, it's just
but we got great people.
Yeah, well, it's just the walk that takes a couple hours. Everything else is when everybody gets to the finish line or start finish line. That then that lasts a little bit longer. No.
Oh yeah. I mean, after they get to the finish line, then they're going to hang out for a couple hours, listen to music, eat food, stay for the award ceremony. So, basically the race starts at 9 and by 12 it's done. But it's a good 3 hour. It's a fun 3 hours
It is.
that you're there.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm putting the word out. I'm going to get people to come and.
We'll go.
Yeah.
Just get them to go online and sign up.
Yeah, it's going to be
great.
great.
Tell people if they want to buy raffles, they can do it online, or when they register, they could buy raffles, because that's how we, really help people by getting some of that donation money in. The money people pay to register is pretty much covering our costs, maybe a little extra.
Right.
But the money we really make is either from our sponsors or from the raffle sales. Or the bakery, that helps.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How much money do you think through the years since you've been doing it this long? Do you know how much you've ever...
I think we're about 1.8 million.
Wow. That's awesome.
That is great.
But, it's basically between, like the last few years, we average between 80 and 90,000 clear after all expenses.
Nice.
That's great.
In the early years, it was a lot less. It was maybe 30, 40, 50. But,
That's great.
But I think total, it's like about we should be like hitting 1.8 by now. And we've issued over 140 grants to patients. Not including the money we donate outright to like the Leukemia Society or in the early days, the Heart Association. But at least 140, maybe it's probably closer to 150 by now. 140 was the number as of last year. So this year we probably did another dozen grants, I would say.
That's great.
And we look for people in the community to tell us when they know somebody. That's the other thing.
Like
you asked earlier, do the hospitals tell us? Some of them do, but the best thing we get is word of mouth. Like people hear about someone they know, a loved one or a friend that's ill, and they're like, hey, wait a second, let's contact the Trevor Loughlin Foundation, let's get a grant for this person. So when you think about your friends and family and people, if you're unfortunate enough to have somebody in your life that's ill, then in a small way, you could do something like this and steer them toward us, and we're going to try to help them.
That's great.
Yeah, that is way groovy. That is cool. Like I said, and then this is when you see people really come out to want to help the community, or anybody else that's just in need, And right now,
exactly.
It is. Listen, I know it's crazy out there. Expenses are, what I mean, are through the roof.
Yeah.
So,
but it does help, especially people who don't have any, they need to pay their rent or something like that. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is awesome. This is.
But Suzy, but you could also help. Are you still doing the sign up for the blood donor match?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically the way it works, people with leukemia, lymphoma, multiple myeloma, any blood cancer, they will often need a bone marrow transplant to survive. And some people are lucky where they could do like what they call stem cell transplant using their own stem cells, but often people need a donor. And very rarely even does a family member isn't always a perfect match. So there's this international bone marrow bank. It's called DKMS, and it's delete blood cancer is like their tagline. And when a person becomes a bone marrow donor, they will, at our run, you could have it's a swab of a cheek. It's literally a Q-tip that you swish around in your mouth a little bit, and it gets sent away into this bone marrow bank registry, and you fill out a form at the run also, and then you'll be in the bank, and someday if it turns out you're a match to somebody in need, you'll be notified, and you'll have an opportunity then to decide, is it something you want to do or not? We try to encourage people to learn as much about it at the run so they can make an informed decision. But 80% of the time, a bone marrow donor is not really donating bone marrow. They're donating blood. And 20% of the time, it does need, I don't think it's 20. I think it's even less than that. They would actually need to go extract bone marrow, which they do from some like a pelvic bone or something. So that's a more invasive procedure, but it's in and out, the same day. And but most of the time it's blood. They would give you a medication that you take for a couple of weeks before they take the blood, so it boosts a certain type of cell in the blood that they need, and then they can donate that to the person who needs the transplant, and that could be what literally saves their life. And so we've had over 750 people register since we started this in 2008. And we've had 3 people who've been matches for someone.
Wow.
I was a match.
So
Were you?
yes, you got notified.
I
That's
got
right.
notified. I went like pretty far into the process, and then it stopped. I think, yeah.
To get another donor or something? Or,
No, I don't think it was going to work for them or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They didn't really
Or
say. They just
sometimes,
stopped.
Lou, the patient isn't able to receive it
Oh,
anymore.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Something
Unfortunately.
happened. Yeah. So
Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. And so a lot has to go right, but every day there's about 6,000 patients looking for a match every day.
That's wild.
So,
Wow.
and especially people of color, very, very difficult to find a match. So
Really?
very difficult. So one of the things we really try hard to do is to recruit people of color to become donors, because it could be their family that needs it, their friends who need it. So it's important that we really encourage this. And I look at all the people I know who died that didn't find a donor, like Brittany, or like a guy named Gil Sandvoss. He was in his 60s. He was a good friend of mine's boyfriend, and they'd been together for like 20 years. And he worked at Arthur Glick truck sales in Monticello for the parts, head of parts for like decades. He was this great guy. And he had developed blood cancer and tried awfully hard to find a match, and it just didn't happen in time. And he passed away, and it's like so tragic, because if more people would sign up, maybe people like that would make it.
right.
So.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So now all these things, so the donation or just checking the blood donation and stuff. Do you guys have this at the run?
At the race, you can.
Oh,
sign
so
up.
it's right
all
there.
at
So
the
you can do it
race.
all at the
Yeah.
race.
See, so
Suzy, she's leaving something out though.
go ahead.
She made sure that I went over there and signed up though. I'm just
That's
saying.
funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I will
That's
say that
great.
we could have our tactics for finding people might be a little invasive.
A little, yeah.
Well,
a little.
I'm a family member, so you can get away with it.
Yeah.
No, you might be able. Not if my Aunt Yoli's there. Let me tell you that she I think managed to wrestle 37 people over to the booth last year
Really?
and got them
Wow.
to.
That's
I
awesome.
think we had 37 new donors last year. She's my aunt from Switzerland. She comes over for a couple of months, and she's got this heavy accent, and she starts talking to you, and the next thing you know, you don't understand what she's saying, but next thing you know, you're over there signing up.
That is great. That is great. Because see, so like my wife she donates blood because, what is it? I forgot what type it is. Don't get mad.
What is she? O positive?
You can donate to babies?
O positive, you could donate to any blood type.
Anybody.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what
But
she
O
is.
positive can't receive
Right.
except only what they have.
That's my wife.
positive.
So she's like, I will donate blood all day. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so you
Well,
know,
she'd be a perfect type of donor.
There you go.
People who donate blood are already so aware of the importance of that, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the gift of life, they know it already.
yeah.
So most of them, I think, would also sign up to be a bone marrow donor if they knew all about it. I think they would. It's,
Yeah.
by the way, you have to be between like 18 and 55.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And there are some health questions they ask, because there are, like, for example, this is crazy, 33 years ago, I had a melanoma on the bottom of my foot, and it was treated, and, obviously I'm fine. But because I had that cancer all those years ago, I still can't be a donor,
Oh,
which is kind of crazy, because you would think if a person had a choice, well, now I'm too old anyway, but when I wasn't too old. So that was kind of disappointing. So there are some people who want to be donors, but depending on
can't.
some of your medical history, they can't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's got to be frustrating because there are a lot of people out there who want to do the right thing, but it's that one thing they can't do. It could be, I'm sure.
Well, you see, so then
Yeah.
that's what the thing is too. If I can't give because I'm trying to do the right thing, by giving blood or, being some kind of donor, that then now I give my time so that them, going to help volunteer.
Everything
I'm going
helps.
to bake the stuff. I'm going to help out. I'm going to be there in other ways. You know what I mean? That's the give
Exactly.
back. Yeah.
Even just selling raffle tickets, what that does for us is it does wonders. Not only does it raise money, but it also spreads awareness about the event.
Right.
People learn about it and they're like, oh, tell me about it. And you're like, oh, maybe it's somebody who lives in Matamoros near you, Lou, or in Port Jervis or wherever, who doesn't even know about our event. And then someone sells them a raffle ticket. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, I like to run. I like to walk. I'd like to volunteer. And they come.
Yeah.
So that's what it takes. Just everybody talking it up.
Right.
There it is. Yeah. Listen, I'm putting the word
It's
out.
always a good day, though.
Yeah, no, that's great.
And Suzy does a great job. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Not just me. It takes a lot of
of
people,
course,
as you know.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. And, all those people help out. And I know my son's one of the volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now when is this walk, this particular one?
So it's June 15th, Saturday.
15th, okay.
It's the Father's Day weekend. So it's not on Sunday, not on Father's Day, the day before.
Okay.
By the way, the bakery is an awesome place to stop and pick up all your baked goods for Father's Day.
There you
Okay.
go.
There
That's
it
what we
is.
tell people.
Yeah.
Take them home with you.
That's right.
They're delicious.
So day before Father's
stuff.
Day. So I'm going to
Yep.
Albany, and I'm going to get my friend Eddie and his wife Marty to come down, and some of the other nieces and nephews and stuff like that. Because that'll be a cool little get together for Father's Day weekend.
You could do a team. We have a lot of
Yes.
teams that sign up. They're not. It's not competitive teams. It's just a lot of people will sign up as teams. Some people will form a team in memory of someone, and maybe they wear a T-shirt with the person's name or a hat with the person's name. So we get teams. Like teachers will sign up. Some. Oh, you know what else we have? I should have mentioned this. So in Sullivan County, they started something. I don't know if you guys remember. And I know you live in Orange and Pike, but there's this ranking in New York State where they rank how healthy counties are by certain metrics. And Sullivan County was the second worst of any county in the state of New York for health metrics. And so there's been this quest to really try to improve our ranking through everything from how do we put healthier foods in our schools and educate people on nutrition and get people walking and exercising. So as part of that, one of the things that was determined was that firefighters are one of the unhealthiest group by way of an industry, by their trade. A lot of diabetes,
Smoke,
high blood pressure, a lot of issues, obesity. So there's something called the Healthiest Firefighter Challenge that's going on in Sullivan County now, where these firehouses are competing against each other for points. And when they gather the one that wins enough points, they're eligible for this huge grant from another foundation called the Gary Foundation. And I think it's and they get like 50 grand from Aileen Gunther. Our assemblywoman has gotten that money out of the assembly. And second place is like 25,000. So in any event, these firefighters, by walking or running, they can earn points for their firehouses. And so we're really asking all the firefighters in Sullivan County to please come on out and participate in our event. And the firehouse that has at least 5 people and their name will be drawn, and we're giving $500 to the firehouse that has, the most.
Wow,
So,
that's great.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I figured firemen would be like one of the healthiest industries as a whole. You know what I mean? Like,
it's funny because I right away thought it was the smoke inhalation, but you were saying just the lifestyle of them because like they have to sleep, especially I know paid firefighters, they sleep a lot.
Yeah, the paid firefighters I think are probably
because they
right.
eat, they cook a big meal. You always see it on TV. They cook a big meal at the firehouse. Some of the bars and stuff like that.
The alarm to go off.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? Again, that's another good cause. You know what I mean? Yeah,
exactly.
No, that's awesome.
But what you could see, like, there's kind of a theme here. To go back to the community word, so now you got the firefighters who will benefit. We got the Holiday Mountain Foundation that's going to benefit. We got the Leukemia Society. We got the Trevor Loughlin Foundation to issue grants. I mean, and we give a little money to the Garnet Catskill Hospital. They have a foundation for patients who need help. We give them a little money. We give the United Way a little bit of money because some of our patients who we raised money for in the past had a fund that it sits in, and the United Way helps them administer those funds. So it takes like really a village, more than a village. It takes like just so many different organizations to pull it all together. But our event benefits so much more than just our two charities. It benefits so many.
That's great. Hopefully, it'll just keep going in that direction, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you hope?
I hope so.
That'd be great.
I hope so. Look, I'll always find a way to raise money for the Trevor Loughlin Foundation because that's near and dear to my heart. I want to, continue to do good in Trevor's name. And maybe it won't always be a run. Maybe it'll be something else. But certainly, we'll find ways to make a difference to the patients that need it. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Like, seriously. And there's very few things that I get excited over. And this right now is like, you know what? This is going to be really cool. Yeah, because and even like you said, as far as work is concerned, biometrics is what we have to do at work to
get a certain
level,
right?
Right, to get to that level of, for our medical benefits and yada, yada, yada.
Right. And doesn't that help you as far as price and everything goes too? Or how's that work?
Yeah, that's what it is. It cuts back on the price. But I'm saying, but still, either way, that would be the excuse to go out there and whatever. Now I'm just, like I said, I'm excited because it's giving back. I've spoken on for us on this podcast. I'm like, you know what, love everybody, give it back, pay it forward, and now you're giving me another reason to do it.
There you go.
Just saying.
That's awesome.
Yes. No. I'm definitely gonna spread the word too because
Well, now, we're gonna get it up on our.
Right here in the podcast, so the people that listen,
get it all up there. I'm gonna make sure I get a post going and get that up there.
Yep.
And
thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, and just get people to come out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Thank
awesome.
you, and thanks for making time for people like me on your podcast.
No, you're kidding. This is what we do.
Thank you so much, Suzy. Really, this means a lot. So. It's a pleasure to have you on with us.
I'll look forward to meeting you guys in person, Tom and Kenny.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, this is going to be great. Yeah. I mean, like I said,
definitely.
That you're just, I just can't get over maybe because I'm just feeling that kind of way, after the eclipse. I'm just like, you know what?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, Suzy, but
after the eclipse.
The eclipse and the earthquake.
Yeah. No. That was a little funny because that's me, that's what I do. But you know what? This is really cool. And I appreciate that, you took the time to come and speak to us, so that then, we can tell everybody, spread the word because it's just that thing. It's that something that we all have to give back and, we all should. And I appreciate you for taking the time out to come and talk to us. So thank you.
Well, thank you too. And I look forward to meeting you guys. And if I can do anything to be helpful with anything you guys are doing, you'll let me know.
Appreciate it, Suzy. Thank you so much.
Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't get any better.
And keep trying.
Say hi to my screaming grandson for me, please.
Yeah.
What was that, Liz?
Say hi to our screaming grandson.
I will. Oh my God, he's screaming his head off before.
That's
anyway.
Great.
The terrible twos have said.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
But it's good. It's all great. We're gonna get him out there walking this year.
Yeah, we will.
Right.
Get him out of the stroll and have him actually walk.
That's
exactly
funny.
Exactly. He's ready to do it.
That is too funny.
We'll give him something to scream about.
Yeah. I don't want to walk.
You will probably get reported to social services.
Right.
Yeah, don't worry. Nobody will know.
No, don't worry about it. We won't tell anybody.
We got connections.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely.
I'm kidding.
It's for a cause.
And
He'll
it's
probably
fun
love
for
it.
kids
He'll probably
too.
love
So
it.
make sure when you get the word out, the kids have a blast. We give medals to every child 10 and under. They walk away with a medal from the finish line. And so they have a fun time too.
Bring Chase with you.
Yeah. Bring my great nephew.
And there'll be some puppies there from the Sullivan
there
County.
You go.
There it is.
I love
puppies. Who doesn't love puppies?
Yeah.
Right? So
that's true.
If I hadn't given you another reason to be there, come to the
puppies.
Sure.
That is great, man. That is great. So then with that, Miss Suzy, give us the whole rundown on everything. So website, date again, everything. What else, Lou?
No, that's it.
Yeah. Just give us the whole rundown on everything.
June 15th, Saturday, June 15th. Registration will open at 7 a.m. We are going to shut down, just before 9. But of course, you can register online right now at rockhillrun.com. And please register early. In fact, our rates are going to go up May 1. So it's cheaper to register right now. You save like a good $5 a person if you register before May 1. And after that, at race day, you'll show up Be there, be there no later than I would say like 8:15, because who knows how the parking's going to work out this year. That's going to be a whole new thing. And we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to pick up their t-shirt and, their bib that they're going to wear, their number. So, but check it out. Everything's on rockhillrun.com, and you can register there. You can make a donation there. You could buy raffles. You could buy merchandise, anything you like right there on the website.
Sounds great.
Awesome. I appreciate you again. Thank you for being here. Don't hang up.
You guys.
Yep. Don't hang up. We're going to just do our goodbyes and then, close out the show. And then we're going to get back to you in 2 seconds. So don't hang up.
Sounds good.
So again, thank you, Miss Suzy. Everybody that's listening, thank you. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And go vegan.
Holla.